everybody. I'm doing a 60-minute session for a client, so I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in exploring a psychic session with me, please come visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. All right, I'm going to read the goals here and get started. Okay. I am in need of deep healing. I bought a house recently by myself, and I have strong urges to open my own business. But I physically feel ill, where I can't figure out what's going on and how to get over the heavy feeling of nausea, dizziness, blurred vision, OCD, neck pain, depression, etc. I want to feel my best and accomplish so much. Anything that comes through, I'm open and happy to receive. I'm open to it all. Okay, wow. First of all, congratulations on buying a house all by yourself. Congratulations on being the empowered one that wants to start your own business. Good for you. I can imagine that this is frustrating because when you have ambition and then you feel strange, what's all this nausea, dizziness, blurred vision, OCD, neck pain, depression, etc., that's going to get in the way. So is this like saying it's not time yet, or like why is all this starting to build up in your way, like preventing you from what you want to do? It's kind of like creating a problem that's like the dam in your flow of what you want to get done. Okay, give me a minute here. Wow. Wow. It's just energy pulling me to my left side right now. I'm just going to stick with it for just a second because I just want to stay with your goals and the way this feels right now. Okay. Thank you so much for exploring a session with me. Thank you so much for being open to sharing with others. I just want to tell you that first and foremost. I'm going to go ahead and relax now and let us figure this out. Okay. It's not so much about looking at an image. It's more so about not seeing anything at all and then feeling different ways and then kind of going through the way things make me feel. And then I feel kind of like tightly held back a bit. And like I feel I'm getting tighter and tighter as well. We're just going to keep working through one thing at a time and it will all make sense, okay? I'm just going to be as this energy feels right now. Let's try and talk about it. Can we talk about it? No. Okay. Thanks for talking about it. You want to say anything else? No. Ooh, who are you? There's a very dried out something in here. And it's kind of, it does not want you to use your third eye. It does not want you to see. It does not want, doesn't want, like it's really, it does not want, okay? You. Does not want you to be happy, really. It has something to do with, it's got like an Aztec or Incan type persona. It has to do with sun, like sun god or sun goddess. It shows me a person made out of bone and they're wearing a bone headdress. And their outfit is bones. They wear bones, so their appearance is bones. They're very short, like 5 feet tall. and crouched in the dark and very snappy about it, like, no, no, you know, and very tight and like closed off. And I'm wondering, what is your relationship? Like, why is this got so much power? Where'd this come from? Is this a part of yourself? Is this an entity? You know, what is this? But it's right there at the beginning. Like, we're running right into this. Okay, let's see where this takes us. It's like the answer is no. Everything is about no. Can we talk about no? The answer is no. I'm going to make its voice say yes. Yes. I'm showing it that, yeah, you just keep saying yes. You just keep saying yes. Wow. It's saying yes all over this place. Yes. Starting to turn into a beautiful woman. Super seductive. Super jet black, long jet black hair. Like, I mean, long. Like, there's a Pocahontas vibe. Absolutely flawless appearance with super beautiful, thick, straight jet black hair. Very Pocahontas looking features. Beautiful full lips, red. I mean, she's very appealing. Her eyes are like eagle eyes. She walks seductively, and she's wearing a headdress, and it's made out of gold. She shows me a naked woman. She shows me naked female features, like particularly her butt. Okay, so she's like showing me this like really sexy female pose, and she's naked, and like I can see all of her curvature. Like, she really likes to pose and show her feminine curvature. And then she there's like a lightning flash. There's no sound. There's just a flash, and she shows me from. Shows me beneath the surface of this appearance is bone, okay? That she is made out of bones. So that's what she's showing me. And she's very mean. She's like, what do you want to look at? What do you want to look at? You want to look at my bones? Do you want to look at my body? What do you want to look at? Because all I really am is bones. Okay? So she's like this. And she's very mean. She's mean. Well, you can describe it. I tell her I don't want to, I snap my fingers and I make her look invisible. And I say, there you are. What you're really made out of is energy. There's a body, there's bones. It's all physical stuff. But really, you're just made out of energy, and you're not acknowledging that reality. You're not acknowledging that truth. So there you are. That's really what you look like, is nothing. You look like absolutely nothing because you're made out of energy. She's a curse. She is... Okay. She represents a curse, is what she's saying. And she shows me the door shut upon her, and she becomes a stench. And that stench is a poison. And that poison is a curse, okay? And she prefers her cursed appearance to be bones. She really wants to entice violence. So she really wants, it's like she will relentlessly be negative and crotchety and rude, like, because she wants to instill, like, she wants to create a violent reaction towards her energy. Like, she wants violence. She's very negative. She's very rude. She's very, and I don't believe anything she says. Like, I mean, it's so one-sided. It's like, you aren't just a curse. You are the whole universe. You're everything. You're a bunny rabbit. You're, yes, you're energy. You're a man. You're a cave. You are the light. You are the dark. You are a centipede. You are a lake. You are pristine. She's holding on still, but she is shifting slightly. She does she changes her shape, and she does become a cave. And it's made out of body and skin. And it's kind of like a vagina, okay? Like, but it's all stretched out like it's a cave. And it's bluish in color. And I'm walking into the cave entrance here, which is her body. I'm walking into her body, and she's very, she's like very sharp. She's very like sharp in a painful way. She's very like wants to create harm all over harm. Okay. So they're just going to go in here. I don't know why I'm suiting up. Like, all right, I am like a pest control person. I'm like suiting up, and I'm like checking my device. Like, yes, okay, my like I'm gonna get rid of some cockroaches or some termites. So I'm like making sure like my fumigation stuff it works. I have this like big pack on my back. I'm like an Indiana Jones slash pest control person. So I'm like entering in with all my stuff so we can get rid of the pests inside her, though. 'Cause I'm going inside her. Oh God, inside her is bodies, dead babies, dead women. She doesn't have a lot of respect for men, but there are dead men here. It's almost like she would only ever allow only allow babies or female energies to be within her, basically to uterus. Like it's her sacred feminine space. Like it's her uterus, and there's dead bodies, but there are some men in here too. Okay, they all look like dead corpses. Okay, baby corpses, women corpses, and some of them are men, and only if she, only people of a certain kind she would ever allow, like as a burial within herself. So she accepts the dead inside herself. Okay? But this is where the stench is. This is really stinky. It's really, it's dirty. It's filthy. It's, she really likes to inspire you to get mad, okay? Because she keeps sending, she's always sending these signals that I feel, because I work with vibration, so I feel everything like a bat. And so she sends me what is the perfect feeling of me hurting her, me lashing out on her, she sends me vibes to get me to create an energetic response. And she wants me to do this. She wants me to take something out on her, okay? But she enjoys that, and like she feels that that is who she is. And that is who she is, okay? This is in your, like, you give me these goals and this is what I'm shown, okay? What is your connection with her, all right? We'll find out, okay? So interesting, isn't it? Okay. I know what to do now. Just a minute. I'm doing it. Huh. You're not going to believe it. She works with echoing things back. So I'm just bringing her right in here. Right in here. Just bring her right into my heart. And so she can be with me. She can't force me to hurt her. I don't believe her. You're a curse. I don't relate to that. I relate to you're in pain. And you need to go right in here. Right into the heart. this is the next thing. My guides are putting her into a very small cage, and she's a really jacked up, broken bird. And she's being monitored and watched by several guides in my heart. But this is correct. So I'm going to investigate here. She tries to act like I don't have a right to be within her body. Since I put her into my heart, then I'm not within her anymore. But that's not true. Totally not. So I'm still within her, and I'm still looking at this because this is how I'm gonna have to do this. Oh yes, it's gonna be hard to heal all this with her, vibes forcing me to like trying to inflict anger. It's not appropriate. So that's why I had to do that. So it's silent in here, and I can actually investigate. I'm just touching the bodies to understand them. This is very ritual. I don't feel like it was a ritual that is to create empowering light. I feel like it was a ritual that ended up creating decay. And I feel like it was intended to, though. I feel like it was intended to create decay. And so it was a ritual to create decay, but I don't feel like it was conducted by a professional. All right, like it's like well, this was poorly done. Vibrationally, it was poorly done, and it was intended to create decay. It was intended to create like a negative energy, but it wasn't really that powerful. It wasn't, and it's kind of sad because it just become dirt. Basically, all these lives. All they did was become dirt, and it just created like a tiny little button, a little node, a tiny little there's just a splash of negativity here. She's trying to amplify it to make it something more, and it never was going to become more. So is that why she's still holding on to her herself as this cruel, this negative, this curse? Is she unhappy that it didn't become what the intention was, and she can't accept that because she's the one that's holding on here. She's the one that's still trying to use this as a battery of chaos. And it was, I mean, literally it was very poorly accomplished. Like, it's like you try to create a pyramid, like an Egyptian pyramid, and then all you could do was cut out a triangle out of some paper. Like, I mean, there's a big difference between the awing of a great pyramid and your crappy cutout of a triangle. Like, it's not even balanced. It doesn't even have like clean edges. That's literally what the achievement was here. I'm supposed to define it as like with my nose in the air. Like, yeah. Not that great. Supposed to define it that way, okay? It's putting her in her place. It's putting her in her place is actually helping her right now. It's helping her. Because I do see the bird in the cage. I mean, it has really jacked up. It's almost like a toucan with very palish, yellowish, dusty feathers. It has a really, like a broken beak. It has one wing that is bigger than another wing, and they're both broken wings. The face is slightly humanoid, and it is disgusting. And also, even as I'm describing and looking, this form of this broken bird is turning into a very skinny, dusty, naked woman who is always exposing her vagina. She's always exposing this. And she's very, like, Tales from the Crypt, the guy, the crypt keeper who laughs, and he has a stretched skin, and he's like half, he's a dead guy. She looks that way. She looks dusty, stretched, thin. She looks like a dead person. She's very skinny, very small. Her legs, she's in a like cross-legged position, so I can see her stuff, and she's broken, and she's crazy broken. But she is feeling better. We're getting there. We're getting there. Still don't know why her and your goals, but we'll find out, okay? Just a minute, just a minute. Just a minute. Things are changing. Something's changing. I'm holding her here in my heart. And I'm also inside this space. This is going to feel a little jacked up for a bit. Her goal is to create weakness. Her goal is to create sickness. Her goal is to create a trap. Her goal is to suck the life from. But she's not really, I mean, like, what are you going to do with that? Like, literally. Look at you. I'm just showing her a mirror and herself. This is what you're creating. You're not creating power. You're not creating anything. You're just creating sickness, and you are the sickness, and the only one that's really hurting here is you. And you need now a reflection of yourself to help heal you. Like, you need yourself to heal you. She does try to work with black magic. She tries to work with, like, she hasn't quite figured it out yet, and it's too human level and ego based. So it's not very accomplished in how she's crafting her goals in the energy world through intention, okay? And she's very determined, though, to create dark things. But she needs to go back to school. Like, it's very... I keep showing her, like, what you need to let this go. Like, you really do. What is your relationship with her? See if I can get the answer to that yet. I'm going to put you in front of her. I want to see what she does when she sees you. She turns you to ice. And she likes that. Because it gives her time to look at you, inspect you, study you, because you can't move. She looks at every single pore in your skin. She looks at all the hair, like every hair on your body. She looks at your eyes, your veins. She looks at facial features, your teeth. Like, she inspects every part of you. I mean, she looks everywhere. We know what she's into. Like, she's like spreads her legs. Like, she's into looking in places. Like, telling you she is. She is, and she likes to be defined as detail oriented and observant. Okay. She's crafting the perfect nightmare for you. It's like if somebody were to create the wheel, she would invent the square. Like, useless. Like, you're trying to. It's like I see a picture of cavemen that invent the wheel. Like, yes, and then I see her, and she comes up with the square, and they're like, no. Like, she has maybe she can figure it out, but she's a different she never quite makes it, okay? She can't. What's interesting, and this is part of her curse, because she has an intention to she wants to work with dark magic, basically. There are really amazing guides that she has that don't allow her to gain full access to that library. And so when she tries to translate an idea, it never kind of comes out right. And she's always frustrated by this. And she knows that in time, this will work out, where she will come up with the wheel Where everybody else creates the square, she will come up with the wheel. But she will do it in a way that she's a center of power. Like, she really wants to be the center of power. But she's like a dodo brain. I don't know why. I'm supposed to describe her in this way. Like, everything is, she's this. Like, they're telling me these images and these feelings about her that she just doesn't make the cut, man. And that is on purpose. She won't ever make the cut. For reasons. There's reasons why they won't allow her. They won't. Every soul's different. Every soul's lesson's different. She will always be unable to follow through on a grander scale. Period. She has to let this go. That's her lesson. She has to let this go. That's her lesson. And then we'll go to whatever comes next for her, right? She will relentlessly never let anything go, and she will invent the wheel, okay? Where everybody else creates a square, she will create the wheel. Like, she's determined. But it's all dark stuff. Like, she is still learning. She really wants to create harm, okay? We have to follow this all the way through. It just is what it is. Okay, so she inspects you, like, to the micro detail, like micro detail. And she starts by inflicting tiny little, like, incisions and cuts inside of very, very small particles in your body. Very tiny, like, whipped lashings. Very, very small. And she finds this to be arousing and enjoyable. And so she's, like, whipping very, very tiny little particles. And she's duplicating it millions and millions of times over in order to inspire suffering in you. Okay? This is, I feel like this is coming from an old time. All right? How do you know her? I don't know yet. Is she you? I mean, maybe, but I don't know yet. So they're showing me this. She creates stillness so you can't move in this energy space where she puts you, right? I introduce her so we can understand your relationship. So we can understand what she does and what's going on here. She goes smaller, 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 creates little tiny incisions. And then she receives this, like, delightful, like, ecstasy about it. So she receives, like, a really great feeling inside about this. Especially when she duplicates it, it's like it's very orgasmic feeling for her to do this. She's got vampire teeth now. She wants to touch. She wants to really touch. And she likes sexual touch. She likes sexual touch, and she's likes raping women. Particularly. She's not that into men. She's really into women. She's likes raping women particularly. Forcing them to have an orgasm by her. And then taking the energy of rape and then feeding off of it. Okay, what else? Okay, I'm to go back into the nest, apparently, is what it's called. It's called a nest. That's what they say. So I'm going back into the nest, and then we'll look at, again, the bodies in here. Starting to understand that there is sexual energy intertwined with these bodies. Mold and rot, just dirt. It's like the decay that becomes the earth. But it is dirt. Dirt in a dirty way. It's not like earth in a holy way. It's dirty earth. It's dirt. It's human flesh that becomes dirt, you know? And literally there's only a very small residue. It doesn't create like planetary infection or anything. Like, it doesn't really go any further than her own soul. She can't seem to expand the energy. And she hates this. She hates that she's not a powerful, like, dark magic sorceress. Ask your guys, like, okay, I'm bored. All right, I get the hint. So what can we do to move on? Like, I'm getting so bored of her and her, like, terror. Very boring to me. It's her story being told that is shifting the energy. And they remind me that this is, even though we're exploring her nature and we're exploring all this dark stuff, right? Through the session and creating a mirror, and we're actually healing her soul through you, okay? We're all healing her soul. Don't judge, right? Just send the love, right? So we're all healing her soul, but her story has to be articulated for what it is. Literally, even if it sounds like I'm putting her down, like this is literally the story. This is the true story of her. And maybe that's what her soul needs to come to peace, is that people at least know her story. For the ego purpose, right? No matter what, it is helping her energy to shift and her to feel differently about herself and what this all means to her, okay? And this is very peculiar, but oh, wow. There's a strange energy that comes from the dirt. She's in a storage chamber in my heart, and it is a dirt, there's dirt walls. It's just a cube shape, and she's in a small, like, it's like made out, I don't know, like a type of wood that's kind of smaller and rounded. Maybe like, I don't know, bamboo shoots or something. I don't know what it is, but she's in it. There's several beings here watching her. But there's an energy coming from the dirt inside the space that is part of her spirit, and it's the male side of herself. And it's coming up through her feet and up into her body, and she's really startled by it because the male part of herself is returning. And really where this is coming from is devastation. It feels like a lover lost scenario that made her sick and go basically insane. And tried to create hell because she was going through hell. And she lost the male side of herself because that was how it needed to be experienced. Only for her to regain that and then regain clarity as to what she's been doing this whole time with her time to learn her lesson, okay? Which is basically a lesson in love, you know? It is. I'm not allowed to set her free by any means yet. She's not there yet, but there is she is opening her eyes to herself in a new way. Okay? What else? What next? All I can do is stand here right now. I'm standing in this space with a bunch of skeleton bodies. She attracted some dark stuff too. But again, there's very little power here. Because really all it was her personal pain. And then how she chose to work through that personal pain by hurting others. And it's attracted some dark beings. They also look kind of bird-like, like pterodactyl. They have a really long kind of face, like they have a very long beak, like pterodactyl-looking, dinosaur-looking, massive wingspans, and they're black shadows, okay? They're male. And there are two of them, and they're twins. And they give her advice. They give her techniques. They give her guidance. They also know that she's never going to invent the wheel, okay? They also know that she's not going places with this. But that they're kind of attracted to the whole situation. I'm showing her that she's a joke. Like you think you're becoming some powerful sorceress, and you have these two like twin pterodactyls that are giving you all this direction and guidance, but you're creating literally just suffering. And it's all the joke's on you. Literally, the joke is on you. She's not able to merge with the male part. She's startled because it's there and she's avoiding it right now. And she's just ignoring it, avoiding it, not giving it eye contact, doesn't fully merge with it, is holding on to what she's still trying to do, which is hold on to her suffering, is what's going on here. Man. Relentless. I mean, I'll give it to her. She's definitely isn't a quitter. She's not a quitter. All this has to be reconciled. This is going to be a little messed up, but I'm taking her out of my heart now, and I'm setting her in the pile of bones in this cave space where these two pterodactyl twins are, and now she is food. And so I let her be food for them. This is vibrationally, I mean, I can hear the sound of it, and it's like like it sounds like that. And it's kind of like soul consumption. It's like soul. It's like it's just a consuming energy. Like it's a coming to Jesus. It's a coming to the dark pterodactyl twin souls as you become their food. On top of all the dead people that you're trying to create some like dark magic inspiration with. And you're never going to invent the wheel. Like, you're not bright. Sorry that it was so bad for you, but you're kind of a dumb jerk. That is vibrationally the truth. What's interesting is, this is very interesting. As the consumption is taking place, she's learning something inside. And she learns how to grab both of them by what is defined as the snout, even though they're like long beaks. And she grabs them both by the snout in her own heart, and she bangs them on the ground. Like she becomes like a dark energy in their dimension and just bangs them on the ground and merges them together. And then force it to stand tall in front of her. It becomes a man. And then she takes her fist and punches him really hard in the face. And I see that this is getting even more pathetic because it's all in this like contained space, and it's just all pathetic. Like she's just taking more anger out. She's literally not achieving anything, but they say she's venting, so just let her vent. So, okay. This is also an eyeball that she's inside of. With this tall shadow man that she keeps punching in the face, and he just stands there. She's trying to punch him down to the ground. She tries to consume his soul now. She remembers the sound and she repeats it because she is observant and she's detail-oriented. So she heard the sound, she remembers it, and she's creating the same sound and the same experience of consumption. So all she does is, like, copy other people. Sorry, I'm supposed to talk down to her in a way. Like, I just am. I don't know. I'm going to just watch. Can't come up with any ideas for yourself, can you? She's consuming him. But it doesn't hurt him. Because again, she's only hurting herself. But she becomes a really gross looking dog with very sharp teeth. And I mean, it's a gross looking like a dog. And it's just scraggly, scruffy. It's gray. It's like a deformed wolf, hyena. Gray. It's like got mange and really distorted looking mouth, so it drools in weird ways. Its eyes are really small and not balanced. And she has long claws like talons as she's trying to rip this space apart inside the eyeball. Nobody takes her seriously. Nobody takes her seriously. She's not allowed to leave this eyeball. All right, we're snapping back to her in the cage, like the male side coming up her body, being inside of her. We're snapping back, and it's like we're getting up to date now. She's disgusted. She's disgusted by him. She doesn't want to merge with him. She wants nothing to do with him. I say you have to learn rule number 1. Whatever is out there is also inside of you. So what he represents is something you don't like about yourself. So that is energy 101. Like, you got to know this stuff. And when you hurt, I show her you and all the tiny little lashes out on you is only hurting her. But for some reason, I don't know if you sympathize or what, but you allow yourself to experience that for some reason. You allow yourself to feel it physically somehow. It's almost like you intuitively know, and you just allow yourself to feel it. And you, in a way, allow yourself to kind of be like, it's okay to be destroyed by her. And I don't understand why, because she really isn't really coming with much, you know? It's like trying to, she is like a tiny little, like a bird, like a little bit of wind trying to blow out a bonfire. You are the bonfire, and she's like a little tiny breeze. And for some reason, you let her affect you. And I don't really know why, but it's almost like you pity her. Like, okay, I guess somebody has to be like, maybe I could be somebody who will let you win, you know, like you feel sorry for her. There is an element of you feel sorry for her. It's like somebody who cheats in a card game all the time and just letting them win because you feel sorry for them, that they are too big of a crybaby to actually learn how to play the game with some freaking skill. It's like, why would you do that? They need to learn how to play the game with some freaking skill. Why are you going to just let them cheat and then just say, wow, you're so good at this, but you know they're cheating? Like, why would you do that? That's not teaching them anything. You're changing. She's changing. You're changing. You're changing inside. You needed to follow through on this big time. I still don't understand it fully yet, but I experience you still frozen with all these lashings, and you are changing on the inside. And you're doing something in secret. You're doing something in secret. Nobody knows what it is. You don't even know what it is, it seems like. All we can do is wait. All right. You are, boy, oh boy. There's a oval shaped, very icy cold thing. And it goes from slightly root, not really, it's more sacral chakra, through solar plexus chakra, through heart, through throat. Oval shaped, cold ice cube like capsule. Okay? And you just barfed it right on out. And I see her inside this cube. And she looks really like a really skinny, odd looking lion. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Made out of bone and a lion's face. And there's components. There's you. There's this, whatever you just released here from inside yourself with the lion in it. Very small, bone, skinny, like humanoid lion thing. It does have wings. And then there's still her merging with this male inside herself. Still in the cage. And now you are in control. But you are not sure what you're supposed to do. And so you're kind of like not sure what you're supposed to do. I mean, you really have no idea. Okay. One of the people that are standing in that, like we are back in the picture inside my heart, and one of the beings I was kind of watching over her, just a minute here. Everything is timed out. I'm just going to pause. I mean, it's really overwhelming my throat, front, back, side. Really overwhelms my third eye, my crown chakra. There's still a lot of unresolved anger. There's still the twin souls that became one. Her lashing out again. Her trying to merge with this male side. You secretly doing something inside yourself. You releasing this. You not sure what to do. And this being, I see walks interdimensionally into the space where he was taking the capsule, but it's almost like everything stopped, like it needed to stop. Everything needs to stop, okay? Going back to the pile of bodies, skeletal bodies, they're all turning into golden keys. Lots of golden keys. And I started to see this back end of the cave reveals a door. And I tell you that there's going to be some things that aren't going to make a whole lot of sense. And I tell her, well, I tell you that you have the power to manifest. Because I say that you could break that capsule and transform what's inside into the key. And don't worry about all these other keys. We'll just send them off. Let the angels deal with them. Because some things that, it's almost like let's work with everybody here. Like, why do we have to do all the solving of everything, you know? Because it doesn't feel like it's necessarily all your responsibility or all my responsibility or even all her responsibility, because it feels like there's a lot more people involved, not just the skeletal people, but there's so many different people, like so many different consciousness involved here, that it's like, let's open the door to more support. Let's open the door where you don't have to solve all your own problems. Like, let's let some help in here. But I tell you that you can transform any part of the scene to whatever you want. What do you want? You say you just want this to be over. Okay. I say, what is it that you need to say? What is it that you need to say? Because you, inside yourself, you're attracted to this, what this is about. So what is this about? Like, why? What do you need to say so that you can... I mean, it's over when you say it's over. So what is it that you aren't saying? That way it can be said, and then this can be over. Because then it is over. Because you said what you need to say, and the power's in your hands, and you now can say it's over, right? Oh, you do crack this capsule, and this man is standing here, or these souls, these beings is kind of looking over, is staying next to you, and the spirit of the lion comes back into yourself. And it's not a gross, broken, weird, deformed thing. And it's not necessarily her either. It's you. You are rebirthing this spirit of this lion energy. And it is a male energy. But there is a balance. There is female energy here. It feels good to me. It feels very nice. The male energy is more pronounced and the female energy is more like subdued, but they do feel like a really good match. Energetically, they work really well together. And there's a massive jewel starting to develop here over your third eye. Very pretty. And I feel the balance of the male and the female inside yourself. And you're starting to feel whole. Like an energetic truth is returning to you, and you're starting to breathe from within. It feels good. You're sending all the hurt and the pain back to her. But you do care about her. Like, you don't want her to be in pain. And so you can be patient for bajillion years. Because you care. Because you care that much about her. And you've forgiven her for everything that she got wrapped up in. And you forgive her for all of that. You just want her to come back home. Like she's a sister soul that got lost, and you just want her to come back home. And as you're coming strong, you're almost like a mother figure, a very balanced, strong mother figure, to help guide her back. And that's why you got wrapped up with her, because you had to do something to help reach her, to help her. And you had to do it by kind of sacrificing yourself for a little bit. And she definitely needs like a voice of reason that she can hear and that she's inspired by. Because she's not letting that in, but because of you letting something back into yourself of strength, she notices and she recognizes, she's familiar with who you are, and she sees you becoming strong. And so she's kind of... she's seeing what you're doing, and then she's kind of wanting to do that for herself now. So you're empowering her through your own actions, okay? Boy, she is standing, and she does represent bones. Oh, wow. Much better, but she really likes the representation of what bones mean to her, because she really likes to find that we aren't bodies, we are bones. And she likes to say that we aren't bodies, we are bones. And so she's a bone woman, and she has black angelic wings. She still feels an attachment to being the key. She is the key. And that's her downfall. I tell her that right there is what is imprisoning you. It's got an ego to it. You're never gonna understand who or what you are, what you are, like, until you stop doing that. She really wants to be the only thing of power in the whole universe. She's kind of like Plankton and SpongeBob. Like, she just can't make it happen, you know? And she just can't give up either. She just can't let it go. But she's not allowed to become that. She just isn't. I feel so many energy blocks that she'll never become that. She has to stop. And I feel like you need to realize that you have to let her go. Because once again, we've given her an opportunity to figure it out and she's refusing. And at least we brought the male energy back so she has something new to work with. But she needs to be, you need to let her go. I say, are you done with her? You're like, but I just can't give up. I can't give up. I say, but it's not about you. Like, it's about the whole universe. Like, she has to learn through living and being. Because you're not like her big sister. It's like you aren't her mother or her big sister. Like, you can't control everything about her growth and development. You need to let her go. You gave it your best shot, okay? She did receive a blessing of new energies to work with, but she isn't there yet. Now you're afraid that she's going to come back and haunt you. I say, the bonfire versus the little breath of air. Oh, maybe she'll figure it out. She's blocked from figuring it out. She has to stop. And only then can there be a full realization, and she is not meant to be the nucleus of power in the universe. She's not. So grow and let her go and totally disconnect. Like, forget about her. I mean, let other beings in the universe help her. Because it's not, you did everything you could do. Let her be helped by somebody else. Let her go. I say, is she you? And you can't let that part of yourself go? That part of yourself is relentlessly not wanting to heal. And you're like the mother part of that soul inside yourself. And you feel it in your own mother tree. This fallen apple seed, this fallen apple that becomes a seed, that becomes its own tree. That is always the baby of yourself. And you feel that inside yourself and you can't just let it go. And you can't necessarily heal it either. Which is okay. Let it be its own thing. That feels better. What I do is I take the memory of that part of your soul and I place it back into your heart, because you are a part of her and she's a part of you. She's a part of all of us, right? And you're part of all of us. So she can do whatever she wants, and you're still a part of her, you know? And you can still send love to her. All right, the next thing, because it's not over yet, there's a big old claw in your heart, and I pull it out, and it's got a venom poison on it. And she's determined to be a disease, an infection, a curse, and she'll never stop. And again, you're just letting her in. Why are you doing that? You fall weak to her again. So what I do is I bring her fully into your heart as the infection, as the curse, right? And I brought her fully into my heart. Because you need to feel that in your heart then. If you don't want to be separated, if you want to be one with that, then let's be one with it. Let's like own it, you know? Maybe that's how we heal this. It's not, is really merging with it. You're reliving everything we just talked about over and over again. It's just like you're a sleeping beauty and stuck in a weird dream cycle. And you're going through it again and again and again and again. All the way up to this point where I put her into your heart. Then it's like you fall asleep with her, imprisoned inside of yourself. You never being able to heal her. Her never wanting to be healed. And it's just like keeps going through this cycle. They tell me to stop time as I'm putting her back into your heart again for like the 100,000th time. I mean, there's a lot of times in here. And I do something, which is a miracle. This is defined as a miracle. And I merge. Okay, she is a bone woman with black angel wings, okay? And I bring a balance to her feminine and masculine sides. I introduce her to your balance. I show her she's a part of your heart. I merge her fully with you. As I do that, you're in conflict with yourself. But what's nice is that as we continue to be okay with that, it starts to disappear. And you start to feel whole again. More whole than ever. Like very whole. WHOLE. Like you feel very whole. And you feel blessed with love and light. You feel like you start to cry like beautiful diamond tears. You start to feel good in your heart. You start to feel healthy and like yourself again. And you start to feel gifted with something beyond imagination. Like a really special gift. And I don't feel darkness. I don't feel like, I feel things coming into peace without explanation. Without anything having to make sense or wondering where it all left off or how are we going forward from here. This is moving forward. This is bringing things into balance. How? Through a miracle. Like this is literally what's happening. You feel great. You feel like you've received the power of what is a wise bird and a courageous lion. And you feel incredible balance between male and female. And you feel a very a pristine and beautiful relationship with the ancient energies, ancient rituals, dark and light, You're able to forgiveness, unconditional love, understanding, the ability to set souls free. I see all these keys becoming light and the light returning to the sun. And it returns back to the bone woman with the bones that made the crown, and it was about the sun. And I see her at peace with the sun. And I see her like a bird in the sky flying with the sunlight through the wings. It's very prestigious, very beautiful. And then like a lion in the sun. Like its face with the sun behind it. And I feel the sun within you. And I feel you're becoming bright throughout yourself. And there's just a major need for you to come into alignment with a lot of things. Whether we can make full sense of it in our minds, this is what I am to do. This is what you're to know about. And now the energy is done, okay? The work is done. What's interesting is they show me time, and they show me her as this like bone woman with the black angel wings going through the universe and being alone for a very long time. And you felt the agony of that, of her never feeling like she made any sense or fit in, and her dreams could never come true. Even if they were dark, why can't she become something more than this? And she was devastated and felt like a failure. They show me a very long timeline of that kind. You still feeling sadness for her, never able to help her find peace. And you needed that. You needed that for her, but she also reached a point where she needed that for herself. That's how the miracle manifested, because a lot more time took place than we went into, but it all came into balance inside yourself. And everything is now up to date. Everything is in the balance and up to date, okay? That was cool. Give this some time, okay? This is a big time energy session. So in the energy world where there is infinite time, there's a lot of interdimensional layers here. A lot going on here. So all of that has to process. Your physical body will have to process that energy stuff into this physical realm, into this life experience. But this should give you a new sensation of energetic. You're going to have a major energetic shift from this. And it might be perplexing, but it also might be amazing and long overdue. Just let it be whatever it wants to be, okay? You might feel tired as well, because when your body has to digest that much stuff, it's like going to the buffet and needing a nap afterward. So you might feel tired from this as well, okay? So just let it do its thing. I really hope to hear that you're doing, like, you're noticing shifts and changes. Like you're noticing a new relationship with everything that was wrong. You're noticing a new relationship with all that stuff, and it's not controlling you anymore. But you're able to start taking steps into what you want to get out of this life, and you're free to do that, okay? All right, thank you again so much for the opportunity to work with you. Thank you for sharing. Everybody watching, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a very wonderful rest of your day.